Hey guys, Galaxy Buster TCG here. Just finished up the Detroit Regional, and who do we have?
Tony Salazar.
And what do you do today?
I got 4th at the Detroit Regional with Spright.
That's great. Let's just get into the profile.
Alright, pretty generic, 3 blues, 3 jets, carrot, 1 carrot, 1 red, pretty standard. No pixies because that card's dog. 3 starter, staple, but I would cut it, but no. These two, this is the best card in your deck. This is better over the trap because you don't want to draw the trap going second, even though the trap's objectively better card 90% of the time, if you actually got to set it. So that's the standard Spright engine. You run the Brave cards, Adventure Token, 3 Water Girl, then like the standard ratios on these. You max out on these. Going second, you usually side one of these out, one of the rights out. It makes your side deck patterns cleaner because you run the 2 Melffys. So going games 2, going second, you side these 3 out and side 3 cards, place it from your side deck because these cards are horrible going second. They're only good if you break the board and then make this as follow up. But like if you drew these, you're probably gonna be in a really bad spot. So you side these out a lot going second. But this is pretty standard. You have a bunch of good discards for Faithful. You have Water Girl, then like you have all the angles, you have all the Nimble, so Nimble 3 Angler, 3 Beaver, 2 Manta. Manta over Sunfish because when you play into this Fire King board, the Fire King board or the Snake Eye board, Manta has the effect when it's sent from field to graveyard by card effect. It'll summon as many Mantas as you many Mantas from deck as you want. So what you can do is like if you normal summon Beaver, special summon Manta. If they try Princess Pop Manta or like Kieran Pop Manta, you can summon 2 more Manta. You can summon like the other Manta from deck, then you have like another level 2 to play with. Because if you summon Sunfish, he's gonna get cooked. Because it doesn't flow like that. Although you do miss the OTK potential from Sunfish, it's just good. You run 3 because you have a bunch of ways to discard it, and also it's your best follow up because this deck has. In terms of like the level 2 numbers, you don't have that much follow up in Spright anymore since Elf got banned. So like that's all engine, and then I have like this is also engine card. Foolish. I wish I would have drawn it. I haven't drawn it all 9 rounds. Then you run for non-engine. I ran 3 Droplet, 3 Gravekeeper's Inscriptions, and then 3 Shifter. You can play Shifter pretty well. You just Shifter, play Brave cards, and just OTK with Gamma Burst against Snake Eye. The Inscription, I don't know how good it was, this set. Every time I activate it, every time I activated going second, it felt mediocre. Every time I activated going first, I won that game instantly. Snake Eye can't break your board. If you say no summoning from grave, and you establish full board, they just can't win. And your deck doesn't summon from grave anymore since Elf got banned. So, like that was the philosophy. And this matchup's like probably worst matchup is the Fire King Snake Eye. So if you activate this, if going second, if you activate this saying no summoning from grave, it turns off Princess, it turns off Amberwell if they still play that. It turns off the revives of Flameberg. Kieran doesn't get to destroy or summon. So it does all that for you. So you just have to answer whatever's on the board, which the Brave cards and Spright can in theory do. But in practice, when I played it, going second, usually like I would shut down the grave, but then the hand traps they have in hand would catch me at bay from actually winning the game. I did kill all the follow-up because I did manage to play enough to the point where they nibbed the board, and they just we were like both of us were just top decking, but they're Snake Eye, so they'll just top deck better than you. But I would want to test this more. I don't know if it's good, but yep, that's the deck. It's 42. Not correct. I could cut 2 cards to make it perfect, but didn't do it for this weekend. For the side, you run 5 Bestials. I'm not trying to get gimmick puppeted. I didn't play Branded today, but in theory, I just don't want to get gimmick puppeted. It's not the. It's. You don't set these in for Voiceless Voice. That deck's a buy. I played 3 of them today, and I just 2-0'd. I 2-0'd 2 of them, and then the other one got me just because he flipped summon limit on me, and I lost. because like a Dark Ruler then just flips summon and then I didn't have an out to it. So just for branded, you don't want to get me puppeted. It's probably your worst matchup because you run 0 hand traps in this deck in the main except for Shifter. So you're just gonna auto lose to it if you don't run side deck heavy for it. 3 Dark Rulers. It was okay. It just mostly just cleaned up the voice matchup and then random decks to just make a bunch of negates.
Decent against Pure too.
It was okay against Pure. I wish I would have drawn it against Pure, but I didn't draw it when I played it. Harpies, back row hate, 3 Ash. I side these in a lot going first. I side out the droplets for these because droplets kind of mediocre. You rather just have an add like a hand trap on top of your board. And then like the best card in, like of the day is Twin Twister. The amount of times I discard Angler or Water Girl off this card to pop like a Floodgate and like another like an Imperm or like the Snake Eye Field spell was insane. The amount of times I would like Twin Twister, discard like Water Girl or Angler, then they try to negate Chain Droplet, send the Twin Twisters away, was also unreal. It's the best card. I am glad I played this Cosmic. I don't think Cosmic would have done anything near as what it did for me. It's like the best card in my side deck. Like the rest of the side is like debatable, but this is the only card I would like absolutely never change. Extra deck's like super generic. You run 2 Sprint. Since you run 3 Angler, the second one comes up a lot. 2 Nightmares. These are good for link timing, but they also discard the Angler in your hand. They're also generic links, so you can discard Angler, discard Angler, pop a card, then summon 2, and then you're off to the races. You run the Zeus package, pretty staple. You run the IPSP staple. For the Melffy cards and the 2 synchros you make off the Melffy cards. This extra deck is kind of free right now. You have a lot of room. 2 Gigantic staple, the OTK machine with an access code. This card I didn't make at all. I don't know if it's even good. Could have been Mannequin Cat, could have been Obimaru's Soul Sweeper, and they would have done the same thing.
Okay, cool. Any shout outs for this event?
Shout out to Galaxy Buster, our sponsor. Shout out to the channel for uploading. And shout out to my boys in GR in Grand Rapids for all the play testing and like putting up with me just playing a level 2 deck for like a year and a half now. While I refuse to put it down, and they move on to like real decks. No, that's it.
All right. Thanks, Tony. This is Team Galaxy Buster TCG signing out.